You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith. Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AFTERBUZZ TV's Project Runway After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Project Runway After Show.
Oh, wow. We do have a theme song. All right. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Project Runway. It's actually the premiere of Season 13, and I'm really looking forward to this whole season. It looks really great. I'm your host, Reyna Dunne.
And I'm Michelle Uberreste.
And we are missing Amanda. She just got married, so congratulations to her. And then Steph Z is down at Comic-Con, and Emma will be around sometime later in the season. So it's just us tonight. But this was a great, great episode.
Yeah, we have a lot to talk about.
I'm so excited for the season. And I think the highlight to this was that on the Runway Redemption, we did not get back Ken. And I'm sorry for all those Ken lovers out there, but I don't know. I mean, I guess Amanda's like the less of all of the evils. What do you feel about that?
I mean, I don't know. I think we talked about it earlier, and I feel like they should have just let the fans vote on everyone from every season.
That would be a good concept.
I feel like there's someone a little better that they could have chosen that would be more exciting, but...
Like we could vote for you.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, I definitely think we should bring you back for, well, they can't have an Under the Gun All-Stars, but they can lump you guys in with
Yeah,
them.
I think that we're eligible to do All-Stars if
Really?
they want us to, yeah.
Ooh, that's exciting. So, okay, guys, remember when we're ready for this, we're going to all vote for Michelle. Okay, so, I'm surprised how many designers that they have. 18 is so much. I feel like this season's never going to end.
Yeah. But I think if they cut 3 and then they have 15, then there'll be like 13 or something episodes. So,
yeah.
But it's a lot of people to get to know and to remember at the beginning.
Well, and right off the bat, they kicked off 3. And
yeah.
That was Emmanuel, who I wasn't really, he was the guy from Dallas. There was nothing I really remembered other than they said that none of his looks looked consistent.
Yeah.
It was just, 3 different looks. And then Tim Navarro, the only thing I wrote about him was middle-aged lesbian. And I guess that's what he said his client was.
Yeah, I agree on that one.
It looked like it because it was like a tuxedo suit that was like blue. And it didn't really make a lot of sense to me. And then Nzinga, and they just said she was like a one-note wonder. But I kind of liked what she did. She had that one like really pretty pink dress that she said, could be worn on the front. But I feel like we've seen that before, and there's nothing really interesting about it.
It was okay. It was like, it was not bad, but it wasn't. I feel like to be on Project Runway and then to do well after that, you have to bring something super new and innovative and amazing that's just going to wow everyone. You're already competing against 17 other people.
Right.
So you got to bring your A game.
Yeah, and I just don't feel like some of them did that. I mean, I think a few of them could have gone home at the beginning. But this season we have Heidi back.
Yeah.
Which I'm really excited about because we missed her with Under the Gun. And then we have Nina and Zach Posen. So I guess Michael Kors is just never going to make a return.
Maybe he'll just make a super dramatic one next time.
Yeah, or the finale. I don't know, but I love Zach.
Yeah, me too.
He's very feisty.
Yep.
And this is a whole new season of crazy prizes. I don't feel like they're as good as they have been, though.
Really?
I feel like the Under the Gun prizes were better. Was it the Under the Gun or the All-Stars? I think the All-Stars, like, maybe 2 seasons ago was really good.
I feel like there was, like, they added some prizes. Like,
they added just random prizes.
Prizes everywhere. Well, whatever. It's free prizes, so.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you get $100,000 from Red Robin, and you get to design some sort of shoe for them or a hair accessory or something. I don't know what that was about. You get some sort of Samsung package, some stuff from Mary Kay, Marie Claire. You get a little bit of everything. But I think for a designer, isn't the most important, like, not only the money, but the brother sewing.
Yeah,
so
totally.
As long as you get those two.
But I think the Mary Kay thing is cool too, because like as a designer, that's a huge cost, like for makeup artists and makeup and styling and all that stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that's great. Like I think that's an awesome addition.
Okay, because I know, like I've seen like I follow you on Instagram, and so I've seen like all of your photo shoots, and I guess that would be like another added expense that you have.
It is, and like for me, I don't know anything about makeup and hair, so you have to find good people that know what they're doing, and if they're gonna provide you makeup artists and free makeup, like do it. Like spend your $100,000 on whatever you fabric and other stuff you need, you know.
Yeah, good point. And they switched this year to Philip B hair, which I have only received a few of their products in like these monthly box subscriptions that I do, but I've never used them, but I hear they're really nice.
Yeah.
And then the Mary Kay, I thought that was a big switch up, because forever they were using L'Oreal Paris, and I got to know that one little guy that, you know, tells us how fabulous he's going to make everybody.
I do miss him.
Yeah. So, and then we have Aldo instead of Francesca's.
Aldo is amazing. Super excited about that. Like, that that ups the game right there.
Yeah, because I mean, I like Francesca's. I think it's a cutesy store because I'm a girly girl. Yeah. But like Aldo's shoes are more runway. Like, I feel like that's going to make a bigger impact. And then was there anything else?
There was so many prizes. I don't remember all of them.
Oh, and then the Lexus. You get a car too.
Yep.
So then I wonder this only because I'm married to a lawyer, but I wonder if you have to pay taxes on all of these prizes. Probably.
I'm sure. It's a
gift.
That's
a lot of that's a lot of money that you have to pay taxes on everything. Yeah. But oh well. I guess you can take it out of the $100,000.
You're still you're still getting.
They said $300,000 worth of prizes.
Right.
Which is
so it's huge. Better than even when you pay the taxes, you're still getting a lot of stuff.
Right. Okay. So we got Ken, or no, we didn't get Ken. We got Amanda back, and then we eliminated 3 designers, and then they say the first challenge when they get in there is to create one spring look. You know, for what would be in your collection. And I like this because normally they start off with who you are as a designer, and then the looks are just kind of all crazy, which I think that because they narrowed it to like a spring collection, I don't know, I'm not a designer, but I feel like it would inspire you more, because then you're thinking of like, okay, spring, like you have a little bit more of a goal than just who you are as a designer, because I feel like that's so broad.
Yeah, but I think at the same time they're like, well, if you're gonna make it to the finale and do a collection, make it, you know, from your collection, so you still get to express yourself.
Exactly.
And you know, they kind of did the whole thing with, here you go, here's 5 random fabrics. So I always think that's like a huge challenge, to try to make your aesthetic fit that.
Right. And I liked that they let them trade. So they each got, you know, 5 fabrics that were a little bit different. Some people got the same, obviously. And then they got 3 yards of those 5 fabrics. And I feel like some people definitely got better fabrics than other people.
Oh, yeah.
Like I really liked the black and white fabric.
The print.
Yep. And I really liked the yellow fabric. I didn't like some of the florals that were there. But then it also was how people use them. And
it comes down to like personal preference, I think. Like, and prints are so personal that, you know, we see later that some people, I mean, they used a lot of different stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, there was black out there.
And I really didn't like the fabric that Amanda was trying to get rid of. So, I mean, I feel like she did a good job with what she had.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that was an awful print that she had in her hand.
But you don't need much. So, out of 5 fabrics, you should be able to find something or trade with somebody. You only need, you know, a yard or 2 to make a dress or whatever you're going to do. Yeah.
So if people were nice, and everybody seemed to be nice, but it's because it's the first episode.
Yeah, you got to fill out the competition a little bit.
Was there anybody on your season that you met and you were instantly like, don't like them? Well, you're really easygoing though.
No, not really.
You didn't really feud with anybody.
No, not really. I mean, I think, you know, especially when you're thrown in this situation, you're like ripped out of your life and put into this like reality show where you're, you know, you don't even know what's happening in the world, and you're put with all these people that you don't know. Everybody's kind of on the same level playing field, so everybody, you know,
other than Amanda. Because I feel like that would be like, I mean, somewhat intimidating. You know, she has the whole experience behind her. She knows how stressful it is. But everybody tried to play nice with her.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like people in general want to be professional and cool and, you know, at least to start with.
Yeah. Then the claws come out. Okay, so let me see here. Yeah, I think that was pretty much the only part of the challenge. Like, it just had to be their thing. And was there anybody that kind of stood out to you in the workroom? Before we get to the runway, because there were so many people, I didn't really write down a lot of anything in the runway.
Before the runway, I think it's really hard to tell. I saw a lot of like, ooh, no, in the workroom.
Yeah. And, you know, the only one that I think stood out the most to me was, what was it? Sharkada.
Yeah.
Because she was like, oh, I'm going to make a circle skirt. And that reminded me of Sam from last season. Love you, Sam, if you're watching. And, you know, he always did a circle skirt. And it is very basic, but, you know, the top is what made the impact. And I was really glad to see that she made like a really cool top, because you're right, circle skirt's pretty simple, and I don't even design. And I think I can make one. Yeah,
she was definitely going in the right direction.
Yeah, and she made it like with a cute print, you know, so that kind of amped it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And the pockets, everybody likes pockets.
I always think that, you know, when people go so easy like that, I'm always like, really? It's Project Runway. But at the same time, it's the first challenge, so you don't kind of want to jump in head first. You kind of want to fill it out and see, you know, how you can manage your time and stuff like that. And really, like, the very first challenge, as long as you're not horrible, you're probably going to stay.
Right.
So,
which even if we saw tonight, there were some horrible looks that made it through, and there was some good looks that I thought, well, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
But, you know, I thought she did a smart job with the circle skirt, because the top was very interesting.
Yeah.
And if you do too much, then it looks like you did too much and you were trying too hard. So
yeah, I think the top was great, but it was super commercial. So it's pretty much just, what do the judges want? You know, do they want commercial? Of course they do. But, you know, as viewers, we're also looking for something more like amazing. But I think for a first challenge, like, it was pretty much on point. Like, might have been a little safe, but the execution of it was amazing. The proportions were perfect. So
yeah, and it fit it was a spring look.
Yeah,
you could see a collection coming from it.
Yep.
You know, I think that's why, you know, I liked it so much, is because you could see like the colors that, you know, her collection could be made of, and they were separate, so, you know, you could imagine it with like a cool pant or a different top with the skirt. So I think she did a really good job. I was really surprised because Zendaya, is that how you pronounce her name? Yeah, Zendaya. I thought she was going to do something amazing because of, you know, like everything that she had in her portfolio, and then she started dyeing it, but then she only like half dyed it.
I loved the dye though. And I loved it on that, like, floral prints are not my thing, but I could definitely see like her viewpoint on it, and I thought it was cool, and it made it look kind of aged, and it was something that started out really cool.
It started out really cool. And then she started with the zippers, and I loved how Tim was like, this looks a little crafty.
Yeah.
But, you know, she went with it. And I think that's something about all these designers. They all kind of, other than Angela, who kind of just was like, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm doing at all. They all seem to really just own their look. Like, if I go home on this look, then, you know, I'm going home on my own look, which is good, because a lot of times, you know, they hear one thing and then they switch everything. Kind of like what Angela did.
No, it's great. It's just, it's hard to do that. Like, so I'm so proud of all of them for doing that on the first episode, because you go in there and it's like, you're like, what if I'm the first one out? That would be horrific. Like, you have to go through so much to get there, you know? And like, just to be out on the first try would be just so bad. So like, they really, most of them pretty much kept their cool.
Yeah. And, you know, like, I remember on your season, you got a lot of feedback, and it's hard, like, do you go with, because I remember there was an episode where you struggled with, I think it was the one that you got out, actually, where they were just like, oh, you know, just really kind of, you know, crappy to you. And you were like, well, you know, this is what I wanted to do. And I tried to take your input, but, you know, it's got to be hard when, you know, like, you're just trying to be yourself.
Well, I mean, it's a competition, but it's also like, what are they looking for? It's comparing apples and oranges. It's always comes down to personal preference. If you take the fan vote, half the time it's different from the judges. And, you know, the judges are clearly, you know they're talking about, you know.
Right. I mean, they're the editor of Marie Claire, and Zach Posen has his own line, and Heidi Klum.
But everyone kind of has different things that they like and don't like. So you have, you know, it's not like you get 100% on your test. It's art. It's
subjective.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even tonight, some of the things that they said, I was just blown away.
Me too.
And then some of the things that they hated, I was just like, are you kidding? Like, what do you hate about it, really? But,
yeah.
Okay, so we'll get into that. So anyway, so we started with Zendaya, and she had this, I just remember it was like strange sleeves, and I did like Julie Bowen was their guest judge from Modern Family, and she had a lot to say.
Yeah.
And it did make sense, though. It seemed like someone was, like, ripping the sleeves off. Like, that's what I was thinking. And, you know, but I don't know. I thought it was interesting. It was something we've never seen before, but very interesting.
I really liked the silhouette. I liked it from far away. Okay?
Yeah.
But up close, it was like a hot mess. I mean, I get where she was going with like the deconstruction and stuff, but it didn't look natural. It just looked like you tore up a dress. Like you tore up your grandma's dress, you know? I think the idea was there. The construction wasn't there. It wasn't maybe fully executed. But again, it's the first time they've even been in the workroom. Like, you don't even know what to expect. And then the time just starts going around the clock like that. And, you know, so.
Right, because it's not even a full day.
No. Mm-mm.
And, you know, she had said, like, at the beginning when she did her model fitting, she only had sleeves.
Yeah.
So I'm sure a part of
So
it was
did I.
slapped together. Yeah.
My first episode, I only had sleeves. But, you know, I think I like the idea more than the actual dress.
Right, and I think that's how not only she got through, but she ended up winning. Sorry for telling everybody that. But, you know, I think, you know, that's what it is. It's like, what are they wanting to see throughout the rest of the season?
Yeah.
Not just like, what does this one look right now?
But, you know, I wasn't real pleased that she won because I felt like there were the other people more deserving. But I do like the fact that they gave it to someone who was being a little more creative and outside the box. Because I feel like there's a real, like, contemporary and commercial feel to Project Runway now, and that's what we're missing is like the creative, innovative, you know, cool, awesome fashion. Like, we want to see stuff we haven't seen before.
Right. And I also think that, you know, when the judges were talking about it, you saw Heidi really liked that look, and Heidi kind of always has the say in the show because it's her show. I mean, let's really face that. And Nina was like, well, you know, like, she was always against it, but I think when it comes down to it, Heidi always wins.
Maybe. But the thing is that I like about these judges is they come from all different, like, opinion backgrounds, you know? Like, Heidi never agrees with the other two, and you have a mix. It's not just everybody kind of in the same mindset, and so I think it's a little more, you know, fair or even because you're getting all these opinions coming from different places.
Right.
On these, you know, designers.
Yeah, well, and because, you know, I mean, at the end, they have to put it in Marie Claire, so it has to be good enough for Nina to like it.
Right.
But, you know, then Heidi is like the Victoria's Secret model that likes it to be a little bit tighter, a little bit more boob showing. So you definitely get that balance. And then Zach is just, well, Zach.
But it's so important to have a man on the panel, I think.
It is.
Like, you know, it's women's fashion for the most part, but I think it evens it out a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. And he's definitely a little bit more of a conservative, so he definitely kind of balances the two of them.
Right.
And, okay, so then we have Angela, and they said that her look was a little bit slutty. And I was a little surprised that they said that, I guess. I don't know. There's been way sluttier things, I feel like, before. I think the top really threw it off. I think if she could have had a cooler top, it might have worked.
Maybe they were just really low rise, and I feel like the only place like I've ever seen that type of thing before is kind of like that hoochie, you know, dancer kind of look. I feel like maybe even if they were high waisted and they still had the cutouts or something, it would have been better. But I just don't see many people buying that. It's really scandalous, and it's also like that's where your fat muffin is, so I don't like, unless you're like a perfect model, you're not gonna be trying it even.
Right.
So
well, and that's not on trend right now. Like, low-waisted everything is not on trend like it was a couple years ago. So I definitely agree with that.
Right.
But I think the back of it was the most scandalous, and I totally forgot about that because we almost got a little bit of crack.
Yeah. But I thought the top was interesting. I feel like it could have been a dress and could be cool or something. And I do like she took the judges, their advice in trying to amp up her designs a little bit. So, like, she's trying. I think she's getting in her own way. She's definitely, we're seeing her as the most emotional person on there.
She's
the other designer,
Natalia for this season.
Yeah. So I think she's like second guessing herself, and you know, you can't worry about stuff like that. You just have to do you. If you know yourself, you know, you'll be fine.
Yeah, I feel like she's gonna struggle with that all season though, because she just seems like she's a nervous person.
Yeah, I don't know how far she'll make it because of that hang up.
Yeah.
Because I feel like she could do fine if she just
did her own thing.
Chill out a little bit, and it's, you know.
Yeah. Because her looks were like very polished before.
Yeah.
And I think if she would have done something like that, it could have done better. Okay, so on to Alexander. You know, he had the one with like the floral popped collar thing with the black and white print, which I felt like was maternity wear, and I totally could rock it right now. But that's about it. Like, I don't think a normal woman wants to wear maternity wear.
Would you rock it right now? Would you buy that?
If it was gifted to me, I would wear it.
Okay.
I probably wouldn't buy it.
If it was gifted to me, I might regift it, but...
My shower's coming up.
Okay. I mean, it was like... I felt like it was frumpy. It wasn't like super flattering. I didn't see it as something that was super desirable. I felt like he should have been on the bottom.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was just uninteresting to me, but I do like him. Yeah. I feel like he has potential.
Yeah. No, I wish if it like had like a cute pocket and like a hood, then it would have been, but that would have been a completely different
outfit. Or just
maybe
the silhouette was fine, but then all this be gone or something. It was just too much frumpy. Frumpy with frumpy. So And
then there was Sean. And I wrote boring, lilac and black. The back was better. Oh, that was that dress that was...
The triangle one. I wrote super rad.
Oh, no. Okay. Different opinion.
I thought it was just really modern and it was well put together. It's really hard to sew those little angles. It was simple, but it was well done. It had black, but it was spring. But some of the proportions were a little weird. Like the triangle was kind of getting wider at the hips, too wide. But I liked it.
I liked the back better than the front. I think that's probably what it was.
Yeah.
Whenever I find the back more interesting, I'm just like, oh, but who sees you walk away?
Well, whoever you want to.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, but I did like the low back part of it. And then there was Carrie. And, she had that really interesting, like, there was a lot going on it, I felt like. There was cool cutouts. There was, like, the hip thing, which I guess because she didn't make it to the top or bottom, they didn't say that. But almost every time that they add width to the hips, the judges complain about that.
Usually, but I thought it was well proportioned.
Yeah.
You know what, to be honest, didn't like Carrie at all from looking at her portfolio.
Me neither.
Didn't like her first when they were doing the interviews with the judges. Seen it before. Did not have high expectations. Saw this dress. Now I'm excited.
Yeah, I thought it was really cute.
I don't know if it was like she tried to use the print and do something different because I feel like she does dark, you know. But I thought the print worked. I thought the hips worked. When I saw it in the workroom, no, hated it. But then I feel like it was simple enough and it was chic.
Yeah. It was great. Yeah, I was really surprised she wasn't on the top either.
Yeah, I could definitely put her in the top.
And then there was Samantha, and I think she had the black, like, sophisticated dress. Mm-hmm. I think just you can't see a lot of detail with black on the runway, so I didn't really know what was going on.
True. And hello, it's spring. I mean, I'll wear it for spring, but
yeah.
You put that in the store and people are like, what? And you know, it was simple. It was well made.
It looked really nice. It looked sophisticated.
It did. It looked great, but too simple.
But yeah, and you just can't see it on the runway. It doesn't translate. And then there was Mitchell. And he had Mitchell. I love Mitchell as a contestant. I think he just has a lot to say. His parents, oppressed him somehow.
Yeah, yep.
He had all sorts of problems, but he persevered, and now he's on Project Runway.
Yep. I love Mitchell. I hope he stays just because I want to hear more antics.
Yeah. He definitely makes it enjoyable.
He's entertaining. And you know what, like, maybe his look isn't as sophisticated as people want it to, but it is fun and it is a point of view. And you know what, some people are into that. So, if there's a customer out there for it, which I think there is, then whatever, don't knock it.
Yeah, and I don't know, they always want like this contemporary designer, but it's like, why can't they have a juniors designer or a kids wear designer or something else? Like, there's other stuff going on out there.
Yeah.
And even in Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week, so I don't understand why they can't kind of let that show through.
Right. I mean, okay, I wasn't in love with the outfit.
No, me neither.
But I do see a lot of potential, and I think that he has a unique point of view.
I don't understand why he attached them. He's like, I sewed it in because it did look like it was pulling the shorts from the top. Yeah. And so I wish it would have flowed, and maybe that would have made it look less junior, romperish, and more sophisticated.
Agree, yeah.
But yeah. And then Emily, I don't know what was going on with that blue dress with the corset that it looked like she just tossed it over.
That's exactly what I wrote. I was like, okay, this could have been really cute. Just lose the shirty part up here, just the bustier and the skirt. It was too much. It was like weird.
Yeah. It looked like she really wanted to wear the corset. And so she was like, oh, I can go into this. Oh, my blue dress. Yeah. And that's how we got that look.
No, I thought it would have been great because I love the bustier top.
Yeah, that was
And I
great.
love the colors. It was just too much here. It wasn't balanced.
No. And then after that was Hernan? Is that how you pronounce his name? This was the guy that you said you really liked.
I have high hopes for him. I do, but then I saw his dress, and it looks like something you could make in an hour, and then it didn't feel right. Like it was really sleek, but then it kind of had this thing on the side that didn't look like it belonged there. So maybe it's just you get creeped out in your first your first challenge, but I still have hopes for him.
I just wrote, I don't get it. So I don't even remember what it was.
Yeah.
But
it was the flower print. It fit well. It was a little short, but I don't know. I was disappointed.
And then there was Karina, who just seemed a little bit judgy of everybody. She seems like she has a little bit of an attitude.
Well.
And she had the red jumper with the cape, which I love.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe she should have an attitude.
Yeah.
I mean.
No, I think she's a good designer, but I think she's kind of like one of those mean girls.
Yeah.
I definitely feel like if her and Amanda team up, they will be like the her and Michelle of their season. Yeah. Just mean to everybody. And, even if you are that great, you don't have to be mean to people.
Yeah, humble is definitely better.
Yeah.
But, her jumpsuit was amazing. I thought she'd be on top.
Definitely
she wasn't,
so.
But...
And because it's spring, you have this great pop of color.
I love the red, okay? Nobody else did red.
Nobody did
Everybody
red.
did floral and very, expected. I thought the red was pretty cool.
But at the same time, I was kind of happy that she didn't, so that she...
Could be nicer next time.
Could be nicer, yeah, exactly. Because she was giving some really dirty looks about Zendaya's outfits. So that kind of made me happy that Zendaya won. And then we have Christine, and I wrote, I couldn't decide what was going on.
It was okay. It was kind of sporty. I feel like I've seen it before. It could be a Nike top, If that's what you're doing, activewear, cool. But
right, that's what I said. I couldn't figure out. Was it resort wear? Was it, what exactly was it? And then the fabric just looked so thick on those straps that I feel like that added a layer of, to somebody other than model size. Right. You really wouldn't be able to wear that.
Right.
It was okay. Like the Kardashians would wear that. That's something, you'd see Kim wearing. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah. I mean, it was definitely a middle. I wouldn't put it on the bottom, but I mean, she's got to step it up.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
And then there was Amanda, and I just didn't like the pants. They might have been constructed well, but I don't like the different paneling that they put on there. And I think she's just has a boring style, and that's why she got kicked off the last season. So I don't feel like there's anything different. I know she has this rocker style, and because Michelle did that, and Michelle won her season. And I think that I just wasn't impressed.
I honestly wasn't either. I could see people wearing it. I could see people buying it. But again, I want to be impressed, super impressed.
Yeah. It just seemed like something I could go buy somewhere.
I mean, okay, yes, the pants were constructed well.
Exactly.
But literally, you have the front of a pant, you're just cutting into panels. There's no fit involved. You're just cutting squares and sewing them together and top stitching them. It's denim. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
I could teach you to do it right now.
Let's go.
But it did look good, so, I mean, I don't know. The top was cool, too, but I just thought it was super commercial and kind of boring,
I feel like the top you could get in American Apparel.
Yeah.
There was nothing that out of the box about it.
Right.
And then what would your collection look like if that was your, in one of your
I see a lot of denim jackets, denim vests.
Yeah.
It's a little
there's a
heavy.
market for it, but yeah, it's spring.
Yeah.
It just looked hot.
But it was cool. I don't know if she flipped the denim backwards to do the contrast pieces or something, because they didn't get that much fabric.
And where did they get denim from? I didn't see anybody really with denim.
She must have found it in there somewhere.
Yeah. And then, was his name Fade?
I think so, yeah.
The German.
Mm-hmm.
I liked him, and I feel like Heidi instantly connected with him, because she's like, oh, my brother.
Yeah.
And I said I liked the overlapping of the fabric.
Oh, yeah, that's what I wrote, too. Sheer over print, very cool.
Yes.
I thought it was a lot more clean and sophisticated than the stuff he brought to, the interview. But I feel like it was too safe. I feel like he's kind of a quirky character, and he needs to push it a little more.
Yeah.
But everything was there. The proportions were there. The fabric mixing, it was very cool.
And the last one was Char, and we already talked about her. I loved her yellow flowy top. Okay, so then, like, right away we get to it. Sharkita, Zendaya, and Amanda were in the top. And I think everybody was really surprised.
Super shocked. Yep.
And then, you know, everybody said that they loved the yellow flowy top. Nina loved Sharkita's yellow flowy top. I was really surprised with Mitchell. I think that was probably my biggest... Wait, no, not Mitchell. Jefferson.
Mm-hmm.
Because I loved his thing. I didn't see the bib diapers thing until she pointed it out. But I thought it was a really cool concept.
Yeah, I liked it too. I think maybe it's just the proportions, maybe the color. Because anytime you do kind of a puffy, light-colored thing, they always say diaper. Always.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I thought it was interesting. Maybe it was cut too high. Maybe if it was lower, the proportions would look more normal. I didn't feel like the top and the bottom went together, but I liked the front of the top. I thought it was cool.
Yeah, I mean, I liked the colors because I felt like it was very spring. Like, you always see, you know, light, pretty colors, pastels. And then just throwing it with the black and white just seems like common sense. Yeah. I don't know. But they hated it. Nina even said WTF. And I was really surprised because I thought it was cute.
Yeah, I wouldn't have put him in the bottom. I mean, the top was had a little bit of shady construction going on, I think, but I wouldn't have put it in the bottom.
Yeah, and then Mitchell, they said Mitchell, his looked like a DIY project, and Angela was slutty. And so, I don't know. I thought there was others that could have been in the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, Amanda, she said hers was dramatic daywear, whatever that means. I mean, okay.
I mean, because it flows behind you a little bit.
Yeah, I guess. But I don't know. I wasn't that too impressed. So right away, they tell us that Zendaya is the winner. Yay, I guess. I was just happy she won so it would shut everybody up.
That was kind of, because everyone was kind of trash talking. Like, what are we going to do if she wins? Oh, haha, it's not going to happen. But it did, so.
It totally did.
But, you know, really, I don't know. I feel like there's something to be said for construction. Yes, there's an idea there, but, you know, it's all in your presentation. What if you styled it bad? You could have a great outfit and style it bad. Like, that's all part of the competition to me. So, an outfit with that bad construction winning over, you know, I feel like at least 10 of those were made really awesome.
Yeah.
That was like a shocker for me.
And I think it's almost a slap in the face to the rest of the designers, because they're probably like, what is going on? Like,
right.
They have no idea what to expect or what the judges want. Because I wouldn't know what the judges would expect if that's their winning look out of all of those looks.
No clue. Yep, but that's how it usually is. Yeah. No clue what the judges.
Who won y'all's first challenge?
The red carpet challenge?
Mm-hmm.
Sam.
Okay. Yeah, I don't remember that. But
it was a jumpsuit, remember? Was that silver jumpsuit?
Yeah, it was.
So I feel like that was a polarizing look, though. People loved it, people hated it. I love the idea of the pants, didn't love the silhouette, but it was well made.
Yeah.
But it was because he was thinking outside the box.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Not a circle skirt.
A lot for Sam.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot to come this season. If just the previews that we saw, like the bridal stuff that they showed looked really intricate and very couture. So it just seemed like it was going to be a lot of time for those challenges.
But it's not boring wedding. It's like boring wedding. Super rad alternative wedding. So they can go nuts with it. I saw some crazy avant-garde stuff going on.
Yeah, there was a guy who said he did a lot of avant-garde. Did he not make it through? Because I don't remember who that was.
I don't know. It's
I
like
didn't see anything
when they introduce everyone, I kind of want to know their stories. Like, I kind of want to know, hey, did you just graduate? Hey, have you been working 50 years in the industry? Or are you self-taught? I want to know more of the stories. I want to get to know the designers more. Yeah. So it's hard when there's 18 people. I don't remember.
Well, we already have 4 gone. So we're down to 14.
No, because we brought one back, right?
Oh, they did bring one back.
Yeah.
Wait, did they? Dang. Okay, so we're up to 15 again. But we lost one today.
Right, okay. So they got rid of 3.
That's a lot of math.
We brought back 1, and then we got rid of 1. Okay, yeah. So we're at 14.
We're at 14. Okay, so
we're good at math.
Was there anything that you saw that you're really looking forward to? I always like the unconventional challenges.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure as a designer, you're not so much a fan.
No, love the unconventional.
Because y'all did the steampunk, right?
We did steampunk. We did the vampire.
Okay.
We did the beach challenge.
Yeah.
We had a lot of unconventional ones. I think that and like the real woman challenge, I feel like that should be the first challenge.
Right.
Knock out all the designers who don't know how to design for normal bodies.
Yeah.
What looks flattering on a person.
Well, and they showed a kids challenge. I'm
yes.
excited for that.
Yes. That is tough.
Is it?
I feel like it's tough. Maybe not for other people.
Have you done any kids wear?
No.
No. Well, they're just littler.
Yeah, but they have to have cuter stuff.
They do.
You can't just put them in an adult, dress and think it's going to be, looking right.
Yeah. Yeah, well, and everything kids is really cute. As a mom to be, that's everything I look at. It's just so hard not to buy everything because it's adorable. And then even because we're having a boy, and so like little boy stuff is just adorable. It's like little man stuff now, and so that's like a whole nother crazy industry.
Well, it's like, what if your aesthetic is dark, or what if it's edgy, or what if it's avant-garde? You're gonna have it's a tough time, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Like, how do you translate that to children?
Right, but if you can, amazing.
Yeah, because there's definitely those people out there. Like, I mean, just looking on Pinterest, there's like the cutest little stuff of, like a little hipster boy.
Oh, yeah.
And they're just so adorable. And so, yeah, people would definitely buy that. So now let's get to predictions. Do you have anything?
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
It doesn't have to be who do you think's gonna win or go home next. It can be like, who do you think's gonna get in a fight, or
ooh, it's so hard to tell at this point. It's like I need to know them better. Well, I like Char or Shark, as she said once. But I want to see her amp it up. Like, she clearly is good with color, proportion, everything that she needs to be. But I want to see more drama from her. And Carrie is like an anomaly to me. Like, I don't feel like the way she dresses, it's very young and kind of not as tasteful for me. But I feel like she super surprised me in the first episode, and I feel like she could do something really cool or do something really cheesy.
Yeah.
So I'm watching her.
I definitely liked what she brought to the table this week. It was completely surprising because it doesn't look like, a lot of times what people wear is what they make,
Yeah, because it's their taste.
It's their taste, exactly. But this was like completely different.
Yeah.
And so I'm really excited for that. I want to see more from Mitchell just because I like what he has to say, and he's very catty. And I feel like him and Karina, they were the ones together trash talking everybody. Mm-hmm. So I'm sure we'll see a lot more of that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a top person yet. Other than Sharkada, I think made a really good outfit. I really hope Amanda doesn't stay long but I think she will.
Yeah, I definitely want to see more from Sean. I love that purple triangle dress.
Okay, Sean. Yeah, I can see him going. Did we say yet that Jefferson went home? Jefferson went home.
No, I was kind of mad.
I was too. He got a little feisty on the runway though. And so
what's upsetting is your first challenge, and you're like, okay, I've come all this way to get sent home, and he probably knew like he wasn't the worst one up there. Yeah,
well, I think that's got to be the worst feeling is like, there's other looks that are awful in the back already safe.
Well, and you're like, what's going on here? What just happened?
Yeah,
I feel bad for him. I wanted to see more. I liked, I think I liked his portfolio. It's hard to remember, but and I liked him as a designer, and I think, definitely didn't think it was the worst.
Oh, and I don't think we talked about Kenny at all. He had like a floral dress of some sort, but I think he's the one with the crazy hair.
Yeah.
And I don't think
he did the flower dress with the blazer.
Oh, that's the one that it was so boring I didn't even mention it.
It was great. It was perfect. You could get it in a store, but yeah, I was like bored.
You can get it at Macy's. And
yeah.
So that's why, not that there's anything wrong with Macy's, but it's already out there. And so
right.
I think he might go home. Just because him or Angela. But I feel like they have to keep Angela around for drama.
But he has good construction.
But that doesn't, okay, so go be someone's assistant.
But here's the thing, like, even if you stay safe, you'll make it through half the competition because you'll just go under the radar. If you're making, it was attractive, it was flattering, it was great, you know, so he could end up making it quite far just because it's not terrible.
Yeah, I guess so. But I'm really excited for the season. Is there anything else you have?
No, I mean, I'm excited too. I want to get to know the designers a little more, find out their background, and see what they come up with.
Yeah.
But the previews looked pretty enticing.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a really, really good episode, or season. So, Michelle, where can everybody find you guys?
You.
just you and me tonight.
Just me and my invisible friend here. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Uberreste.
And what about your website?
My website is michelleUberreste.com.
Yeah, go check her stuff out, guys. And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Virginia Reyna. And next week we'll hopefully have everybody back in studio, and we'll see you guys then. Thanks for tuning in.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.